could it be that Thomas Markle now is doing more damage to his plea than first thought? Hi, morning, Neil. Sean here in the heart of London. I hope you're keeping well. And yes, the story breaking out of London today really is all focused on the father of Meghan Markle, the one-time cable TV actress who spectacularly fell out with her own father ahead of a wedding to Prince Harry all those years ago now. Well, May 2018 at least. Now, as we've told you before here on the show, Thomas Markle himself has often vowed to keep going on the media at least once a month to complain about the lack of access that he has to his daughter and, of course, his grandchildren. But is this tactic now backfiring on Mr. Markle himself? And here really, as ever, is the reason why. Mr. Markle popped up on the little watched Good Morning Britain TV show, and I say little watched because the ratings are basically so low it's hardly worth bothering to tune in. And I don't mean that unkindly, but ever since they dismissed their breakfast TV host, Piers Morgan, ratings have truly tanked. So by the fact that they've recently had people like the Islamic woman, Shamea Beggar, and now of course Thomas Markle once again, you do kind of get the feeling they're turning into something like a sensationalised gossip magazine plot. But for Thomas himself, he came on with the usual sort of story. And as you know, I'm always sympathetic toward Mr. Markle. Simply, he does seem to me to be a man who really, should have been given a second chance. But now for him, some bad news has actually hit. And this is the reason why. A former partner of Mr. Markle's himself has now come out to the media basically saying that he wasn't a good father, wasn't around much, could be moody, etc, etc. And he's not very keen to see the other set of grandchildren. Now, as ever in family feuds, we don't know the full story. But this is playing very well now for Miss Markle and, of course, the former royal known as Prince Harry. But for Mr. Markle himself, he's adamant that she, his daughter, has two sets of families. And, if you think about this, he's now not the only one that hasn't seen the grandchildren. As we've told you exclusively here on the show, Her Majesty the Queen has yet to meet Lily or Lilibet Diana, as have His Royal Highness Prince Charles, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, in fact, all senior members of the British royal family. So in a strange way, Thomas Markle isn't really alone anymore. He hasn't been ostracised in that respect. But I do fear, and a lot of people do around him, that this now could be doing more damage than good, because his son, of course, Thomas Markle Jr., now pops up on the reality TV show Celebrity Big Brother out in Australia. And depending on how that's edited and what he says on that show, could actually have a lasting damaging effect on his plans to at one point reconcile not just with his daughter but with his grandchildren too. And of course, let's not forget, he's still yet to meet Prince Harry in the flesh. Families confusing, eh? Neil Sean in the heart of London.